Is that you, honey?
Daft bitch.
How I have sped among the clergymen, the sums I have collected shall express. But as I travelled hither through the land, I find the people strangely fantasized, possessed with rumours, full of idle dreams, not knowing what they fear, but full of fear. And here's a prophet that I brought with me from forth the streets of
Shut your hole, you and your bloody pea-head half-arse acting attempt.
How dare you interrupt Shakespeare? If ever my director ever heard of such a thing, he would be turning over in his grave.
Like I said, shut your hole! What are you talking about? How dare I interrupt Shakespeare? How dare you bloody well dare me anything? And as for your director... Hang on a minute. Somebody actually hired you to act? Oh, dear Lord!
Well, yes, I mean, of course. I am an actor after all, or as some might say...
You mean on stage?
Oh, yes!
On a real stage?
Yes, I'm a fucking actor!
Stop it! I've had enough! Who are you people? I don't know what's going on, and you best tell me what I'm doing here, or I'll have you both arrested. I will, just you... Why won't the door open? Let me out immediately. Why am I locked in here? Why am I here with you, you
Kitty,
lunatics?
I want a biscuit!
Well, you can't have a biscuit. Remember what happened last time?
But there are bourbons!
Are you going to hurt me?
Shut your hole.
Yeah.
Don't you dare bombard this poor girl's mind with your bloody Shakespeare quotes, you confused little boy. My name is Miss Kitty Morgan, and this poor excuse of a soul is Leopold van den Berg. Now, don't you worry. You're not in any danger here, so just sit your sweet little self down and relax. Now, cup of tea, darling?
I thought you would never
Not
ask.
you, cotton brains! So, tea then?
Yes, please. Milk and half a sugar.
Half a sugar? What the... I mean, what's your name? Sugar.
Annabella Jones, journalist. Now, I have no recollection of getting here, and I have no idea why I actually am here. Why am I here?
Most people figure it out themselves. You see, you... As I was saying...
Who or what is that man?
Oh, you've never met Charles before, have you? Oh, of course you haven't. Don't worry about him. He's like that. Hardly speaks, but when he does, you'll know about it. He's harmless, though. Blind as a blind bat. Oh, he's also a bit deaf, so he says. Sometimes he hears you, sometimes he doesn't. To be honest, I think he just picks and chooses.
So he's blind
Yes,
and deaf.
a bit.
So what exactly does he do? I mean, no disrespect by saying this, but a man who hardly speaks, is deaf and is blind. Well, it just seems like the most pointless form of life. He's missing out on so much.
Oh, my dear! Charles lives in Wonderland. His imagination goes far beyond the walls of existence and time. That's where he lives. In bliss, my darling. I tell you, he's seen some things for a blind man. I bet you're wondering, but how can he have such an imagination if he's never seen anything?
Actually, I am.
Then why didn't you ask?
It's not the most polite question now, is it? But seeing as you're on the topic, how can he have such an imagination if he's never even seen anything?
What do you mean, my dear?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're the one
That's
who said...
nice, dear. Do you want a biscuit?
Excuse me. I was trying to explain something then. But yes, I will have a biscuit.
Lovely. Now go on, shove another biscuit down your throat, you silly little toot.
Toots? What? Anyway, isn't imagination just based on what you can see?
No.
Are you going to elaborate on that point?
No.
Fine. But it's only because you can't think of an answer, as I'm right and you're wrong. You can't imagine a colour that doesn't exist because you've never seen one.
Flumpalumpalau.
What?
Flumpalumpalau.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you people? What are you talking about?
You said I can't imagine a colour that doesn't exist. Well, I just did. And it's called Flumpalumpalau.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You can't just make things up.
Oh, you can. I just did.
That's nonsense.
Well, it may be nonsense, but it still makes sense.
That's nonsense.
But it still makes sense.
Okay then, describe this colour to me.
It's sort of mild shabalabalaba with a hint of moogle boogle and pink. Now have another cup of tea.
This is absolutely ridiculous. And you still haven't explained to me why I'm here.
How could I possibly know that?
What do you mean?
Probably nothing. I don't always talk with meaning, so stop asking me what I mean as I don't even know, do you see?
Will you just give me a straight answer?
I suppose I can try. We are all here for the same reason, but the reason for the actual reason for us being here is very different for each of us being here.
What does that even mean? Look, forget it. Just let me out.
Kitty Morgan! I am at the tip of my temper thanks to your cruel intentions. How dare you hit me off my chair like that?
How dare you talk to me like that in front of our new guest?
That's because you hit me, and then I moan about it.
Oh, you moan and I hit you.
That's just bloody untrue.
It's bloody not.
It bloody is.
It's bloody is.
It's bloody not.
I knew you would come to your senses eventually. I just can't believe it's taken you over 32 years to do so.
It hasn't.
It has.
Okay, that's enough. You're like children. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, blasphemous.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
But you did.
Just go along with it. It's the best way to get into his good books.
Whose? God.
Ooh.
Stop doing that! It's about time you both started acting your age. Jesus Christ. And don't you dare. Now, let's talk about what's going on here. Do you remember how we all got here?
It's not like we came together.
Besides, I don't think I want to remember how I got here. It was that long ago, I don't think I can even remember anymore.
How long have you two known each other?
The question is, how long haven't we known each other?
So, have you known each other since he was a child?
No, darling, I'm afraid not, although if I did, I would have knocked some sense into his empty head.
You wouldn't.
I would.
Oh, shut your hole. So, how old are you, Leopold?
Well, that depends. On my last birthday, I was 27, but I doubt that matters anymore.
I don't understand, as usual.
Then I will explain.
I hope you're happy. You don't know.
All my life, I have wanted to be a big star. All I wanted to do was act, and I was brilliant. I'm not just blowing my own horn, it's just fact. I was the best. Other people just needed to find that out. But the important thing was that I knew. This one time I was practicing a monologue. I swore to myself that this was it. This monologue was going to blow them away. I was at home performing it to my favourite audience, the mirror, when I looked down at my feet, and there he was, my wee little Yorkshire Terrier, his big brown eyes staring right at me, his mouth wide open and flowing down the side of his sweet golden face were rivers of tears. I thought to myself, if I can touch the heart of a dog, imagine what I can do to people. However, Joe was not to last on this unfortunate occasion, and later on that week, he died.
Oh no, how?
I'll tell you how. He had eye cancer. Poor little fellow had been blind for God knows. Baxter. After that, I went from audition to audition in search of the ultimate part for me.
You mean the part you could actually get?
Shh, let him finish. Go on, Leopold.
I came up with an ingenious plan. I was going to write my own script and cast myself as the lead part.
You? Write a play? Oh, that's the single most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That's hilarious.
Now, come on, Leopold. Ignore her. Carry on with the story. What happened next? Did your show make it onto the stage?
No. Instead, I reached stardom. My unique talent was finally recognised.
Wow. I'm so happy for you. What was your part?
I got my dream part playing Hamlet.
Really?
Understudy.
Oh, right.
It was right indeed. I was perfect for it. Until it just wasn't enough being an understudy's understudy. I needed to actually be on the stage. All I ever got to do was wait around outside, not even behind the stage with the understudies because there wasn't enough room. But then, a blessing in disguise came. Hamlet's mum died. I was so close to finally being on the stage, all I had to do was get Hamlet out of the way.
What do you mean by out of the way?
I mean, make him vanish.
Leopold! After all this time, are you going to admit what you did? You're finally going to leave me? I've been here for so long, but I've not known anyone like you. Please don't leave me alone.
Leave? Admit what you did? What? Oh God, what on earth is going on here?
I'm going to do it, Kitty. I'm sorry, but it's been too long and I have to move on.
No, Leopold, not yet!
Did you ever hear of such a thing called a banana? Funny old thing, as a matter of fact. Did you know on a moonlit night, bananas can actually walk up to half a foot? Half a foot, you ask? Half a foot indeed, I answer. It's fascinating, I know. Also, if you keep them stored with other fruit, they go bad. And by bad, I don't say that they start drinking more and causing fights. No, I don't say that because that would be ridiculous. The sense of bad I mean is off. And by off, I mean they go fucking mouldy. Do you understand me? Are you following the story so far? Good, because you better fucking have to. So sit back and open your fucking ears. Do you hear me? Fucking fantastic. So, bananas. Yeah, interesting, aren't they? More to them than what meets the eye. It makes you wonder though, if bananas can walk, do vegetarians eat them? I bet they do, even though they can walk like every other fucker. Do you blame them? I understand why they wouldn't eat a pig, because they're dirty bastards. It's a well-known fact. But who, in all honesty, could deny the soft, chewy taste of a banana? Full of goodness as well, I tell you. But eat too much of them, though, and you will get the shits. Believe me, I should know. I do know. What fascinates me most about them is their skin, which incidentally is another reason why vegetarians shouldn't eat them. But ignoring that for the moment, and back to the skin. Many good men have met their ends by accidentally slipping on a banana skin. I can smell that look on your faces. I can tell you don't believe me, but it's fucking true, alright? I once knew this bloke who sold pies up in... Or maybe it's best to say down these days, because I've got no fucking sense of which is which, in fact. I'm going to stick with down. It just seems to make sense. He had pies down in the Yorkshire Dales. They had a fucking wondrous taste to them. Beauty in its finest form they were. Unbelievable. Tasted like a bit of heaven being served in the neck of where your enemy's head used to be. Sweet as rainbows, I tell you. I tried it out once. Eating one of his pies out of an enemy's neck. It wasn't bad. But that's a story involving me, him, a pie, and a fucking shitload of golf balls. But evidently, where the fuck does that story mention fucking bananas, eh? So let's not get too carried away here. So back to the pie man from, well, wherever I said he's from. Little bastard made them out of mahogany and dog meat. Now, if you have got half a brain cell in you, you're probably thinking, how the fuck does he get the dog meat? Well, I shall tell you how he gets the dog meat. He used to dress up as a vet. Used to go to the ounce of your average nonce and tell them that their dogs have got rabies or eye cancer, I think he said. He'd then tell them he would do them a favour of putting their dog down, or to sleep, as some like to call it. Personally, I'd just say I'd kill the fucker for you if you want. But it wasn't me, was he? He was a pie man from the Yorkshire Dales. He'd also tell him he'd put the dog down for a fiver, even throw in a couple of garden rakes, which I've got to admit is quite a bargain if ever I did see one. He'd then nickname his pie on the particular dog he used. Mine was called Baxter.
Baxter!
Don't interrupt me again, you spineless rodent, or I'll cut your jam tart out of your chest with your own fingers, and I'll make you swallow 'em while I perform a Fred Astaire tap dance in your mother's slippers. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Aha! Didn't realise we had company. How terribly rude of me. The name's Charles Jefferson, but my friends call me James. And you are?
Annabella Jones, journalist. Hang on a minute, what just happened?
You sat back, you listened, and I told you a fucking story. God, what's the matter with you people? You're all fucking mental. You remind me of some bloke I once knew. Or maybe it was twice. Regardless of that, he wore the same suit every day. He was a strange shade of Thulumpa.
I told you it's a real colour.
Oh, shut it, Kitty. I've had enough of this place. You people. I can't handle it anymore, and I've only known you for 10 minutes.
You fuckers. You honestly think you've only been here for 10 minutes? Bollocks to you two. You still haven't told the poor lass where she is, have you? Now, hang on a minute. I counted 6 biscuits before, and I've only eaten 5. I've told you once, maybe it's closer to 17 times, that the biscuits are mine. And you piss shits can have the fucking tea. Now where's me fucking bourbon biscuits, you fucking fucks? I knew it would be you. Kitty. Fetch the fucking mother's slippers and brace yourselves for the performance of a life.
No, please, I'm sorry, James.
What did you call me? No, hang on a minute. What the fuck did you just call me?
No, what have I done? I'm so
Stupid is the word you're looking for, mate. I asked you a question. Now you're just being rude. Let's just take a step back and give you some education. If I was to write down what I just said, it would look like this. Now, do you see that? Look at it. That's a question. Do you know why? Because it's got a massive fucking hook on the end with a dot at the bottom. That is called a question mark. Turns your sentence into a question. Simple laws of conversation it is. The next law is an answer being derived from the question, unless it is a rhetorical question, of course. Now follow the fucking laws and answer my fucking question. What the fuck did you just call me?
I'm sorry, Charles, I called you James.
Well, that's alright, Leopold, that's alright. Because I say my name's Charles Jefferson, but my friends call me James. Leopold, you're my friend. You're my fucking friend. But don't you ever touch my bourbon biscuits again. Now get down on the floor, stay down there, and give me your shoelaces. Note to self, add shoelaces to the scrapbook. Right then, Annabella Jones, first things first. I know why you're here. I have a talent for smelling people out. You, my dear, are a cheater. A big liar. A demon of deceit. And don't try and deny it, love, because I'm right. I always fucking am.
I beg your pardon. How dare
Don't you beg your parsnips at me, sweet cheeks. As I said, I'm right. I always fucking am. That's the reason you're here. Now that we've got that cleared up, can I get back to me bourbon biscuits?
You can't, Charles. Remember, Leopold ate the last one.
Touche. Funny how things work out, isn't it?
What do you mean that's the reason I'm here? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Kitty, you old hag! You've told her, sweet fuck
Oh,
off!
shut your hole! You've spoke for too long, Charles. It's my turn. This is big news, and you need someone with a gentle way about them to break it, not Mr. fucking Fuckerson over there. Now, listen to me, my dear. I have trouble with this sort of thing, you know, talking. So I'm just going to have to say it how I think is best. I've been here for so long. Every now and then people come and go, but rarely ever stay. So it's so hard watching them go. But they're the only things keeping me sane, dear.
But what do...
No! Please. Let me finish. I need to speak about me. I mean, what I really feel. And to do that, I need you to be quiet and just listen up, dear. When I first got here, it was just me and Charles. I was already an old lady, but looking back on it, well, it just seems like I was young then. I just started to relive my memories, kind of worked out how I'd always imagined it. But I soon realised that my memories weren't that great. I spent most of my life just watching it go by, almost like I was sitting there in slow motion whilst everything else went by at light speed. When I became old, I had no one, and all I did was sit by, waiting to die, until one day I did die.
I'm dead.
Yes, dear.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
But I'm alive.
You're not.
Well, how the hell did I die then?
I don't know, but I'm beginning to understand why.
You need to relax. Think about your last memory. It's the only way you can accept it. There's no way you can believe some old coot like me.
I'm only 27.
Not anymore.
Well, I'm obviously in hell.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I don't think that needs explaining, dear.
Shut the fuck up, Leopold.
I'm not being rude, but this surely isn't heaven.
No, it's not. This is purgatory.
Purgatory?
It's kind of like the waiting room before you move on.
Don't you just love it when they say the name of the play?
What?
I said, isn't it a lovely day?
How long do I have to wait here then?
Oh, who knows?
Listen, because I'm only going to say this once. All you have to do is admit what you've done wrong.
That's it.
It's as simple as Leopold.
Charles is right.
Call me James, love. And of course I'm right. I always fucking am.
It really is that simple. I mean, Leopold, of course.
Brains may not be my forte, but...
Why haven't you just admitted what you did then?
I have. I'm proud of my reasons. I talk about them with the fondest of tones. But I suppose that's why I'm still here.
So the only reason you're all here is because you can't admit to each other what you've done.
No! Yes.
That's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
I'm simply going to admit what I did then. It's better than spending an eternity with you lot. Let's see. Well, as a journalist, I've ruined lives by creating lies to simply tell a story. I ran over a dog and never stopped. I stole £4,000 from a charity that I organised because I wanted a new kitchen. I found pictures of a colleague of mine in some rather dreadful compromising positions and posted them all around the office just so she'd lose her job. You see, she was prettier than me. And then I went to... And that's why you don't use Vaseline.
We must really be bad people for you to admit all those things so easily. Most people are usually here for a while before they even say one of their bad deeds. I think you've broken a record, Annabella.
So what happens now?
Usually a door opens. Is there anything you might have missed out?
I did mention Italy, didn't I?
Yeah, and don't mention it again. Even my stomach turned on that story.
Then I don't know. Yes, my husband! That's it! It was my husband who killed me. You see, I'd been having an affair and he must have found out and killed me.
I've never heard anyone so excited about being killed by their husband.
Oh, it's brilliant. He's the bad one now, you see. I may well have had an affair, but that's surely not as bad as killing your own wife.
I'm beginning to like you, Annabella. I always knew you were a cheat.
The door!
This is my chance.
Sit yourself back down, boy.
I guess this is goodbye then. Good luck.
You too, darling.
What do you mean?
Well, you never know if you're going up or down.
You didn't tell me that.
I suppose we forgot.